Straight line graphs. I'm going to do some straight line graphs while I get my thing in there. Straight line graphs. You will do these in school. You'll do them everywhere. So I'm going to do them. There's two reasons why I'm going to do straight line graphs. A is because they're graphs, and B, well, A is too good, so I don't need a B. Straight line graphs. Get some squash first. Straight line graphs, I did them today. You'll see them everywhere. Straight line graphs, I'll say it again. So you will see it. You might have done them. Here's the formula for a straight line graph. Y equals mx plus c. That is the law of a straight line graph. The reason why it's called a straight line is because it's a straight line. So y is just y and x is just x. M, if you can let me know, is going to be the gradient, how steep the line is. And C is just the intercept, intercept, where it crosses the y-axis. Why? Because it just does. So you will see it like this. We'll draw some in a bit now. So all it is this. You've done them, you've just seen them. I'll do it like this, but it can go into the negative. Obviously, that's y. Look, y, because it is, and this is x. Just numbers. And a straight line graph could be something like that. Straight line graph. This now is the gradient, how steep the line is. And all we're going to do is put like a little triangle anywhere you want. The bigger you make the graph, the better. So the gradient, how steep this line is, which is m, is going to be the change in y over the change in x. That's one way of doing it. So I'm going to measure how big y is, and I'm going to measure how big x is on my scale, and I'm going to find the gradient by doing y divided by x. That's all it is. When you do calculus, we'll do it a little different way, but straight line graph's easy. That's the gradient, and then the C is where it crosses by there, look. In this case, it's 0, so sometimes you see it like 0. Because you might see a straight line graph in the form of this, look, 2x plus 3. That's a straight line graph. So we're going to find the gradient, find the intercept, see what they are, plot some graphs. You will see it in GCSE, engineering, BTEC level 3s. If you're doing that, you'll see it everywhere. More squash, lemon squash. So do straight line graphs. I'm also going to do next week. Some people ask me to do trigonometry, SOHCAHTOA, things like that. So if you want to do things like that, let me know and I'll do a live on stuff like that. So let's plot some graphs because I can. Right, here we go. Blue Peter style. Here's my numbers. I've worked them out. I want to find now, I'm going to plot this graph. Plot the graph. I'm going to plot the graph. And I'm going to find the law of this line. Find the law. Things just moved then. Find the law. It's going to be in the form y equals mx plus c. So I'm going to plot my graph. See if I can do it. X-axis. X goes from -2 to 2. So I'm going to do it on here. Have I got a better ruler? No, this ruler will do it. So I'm going to draw a line like this, something like that. And I'm going to draw, I've got to go down up to 7. 2, 4, 6. That might be right, actually. Always try and use a pencil. I really get told off in school if you don't use a pencil. This should work, right? Can you see that? That's X. That's Y. So I'm going to go 2, 4, 6, 2, 4. Well, look at that. Be having it. I'm going to go 1, 2. I'll go, 1, 2. Be having it. Actually, I might go 1 there. I'm going to go 1 there to make it a bit better. 1 there, look, and 2 there. right, just to make it a bit better. 1 there and 2 there, and I got to come the same scale, -1 by there and -2 there. Look. 1 there and 2 there. The bigger the graph, the better. That's X. Going to sneeze in a bit. And then Y has got to be up to 7. So I'm going to go 2, 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm doing it properly, right? So I'm going to go, don't panic, 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Right? So 2, 4, 6, 8. It's not very good. Should have come down a bit more, shouldn't I? I got to come down to -1. So there's my -2. -2. So it's always good to get your scale properly. I should have come down a bit. But there we are. I'm now going to plot my numbers. I'm going to use a red pen. X is -2. So when X is -2, Y is -1. Well, -1 is here somewhere, look. There. So I'm going to put a line there, look. When X is -2, Y is -1, because that's got to be -1 by then. Take that one off. Thank you very much. And X is -1. There's X -1. Y has got to be 1. Well, there's my 1 by there, look. And X is -1. So it's the same one I got. X is -1. Y is 1. Thank you very much. Tick. Y is 0. Sorry, X is 0. Y is 3. And there's number 3. Straight line, don't forget, looking good. X is 0. Y is 3. X is 1, which is over here somewhere. Y is 5. There's 6. There's 7. There's 4. There's 5. So when X is 1, Y is 5. Last one, when X is 2, 7. Which I reckon is there. Draw a straight line. It's a straight line graph, look. Amazing. Straight line. Draw a straight line. Straight line graph. Call it a straight line graph because it's straight. Now we've got to find the gradient. So we've got to find the gradient. The gradient, don't forget, is the change in Y over the change in X. So I'm going to put a little triangle. You can put it anywhere you want. It's a straight line. People always say, why are you putting it there for, Morgan? You can put it anywhere you want. I always try and do it so you get some whole numbers. I'm going to put it on here, look. What colour pen do you want? This one here. I'm going to put it there, look. And do a little dotted line, a little triangle. Try and put it where you can get whole numbers. So I'm going to do it like that. Dink, dink. Right. My little triangle. And now I'm going to measure Y and I'm going to measure X. So on my scale, half a square is 1, look at it. 1, 2. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 there. If I measure that again, look. So I got 1, 2. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 little squares. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4. Go by my scale. And then on the X, well, I've got 2 big squares of 1, look. It's different scale here. So I've got 1 and I got 2. So that X there, look, is 2. Quite handy when you put it straight on there, because look, it's just 2 in it. So I know that Y is 4. And the change in X is 2. It's the change, really, between them 2 points. 4 divided by 2 in my book is 2. So the gradient is 2. Don't forget, M is the gradient. So that is that. So M is 2. Easy as that. And then C is where this line crosses the Y-axis. On this one by here, look, it was 0. It's not always going to be 0. On the east there, look, that's where it is. Smack bang by there. Which is 1, 2, 3. So C is 3 because it crosses the Y-axis there. So I know that M is 2, which is the gradient, and the C value is 3, where it crosses the line. So the formula for this straight line, because it's a formula really, a linear relationship, y equals mx plus c. So y is just y, well, because it is. M is the gradient, which is 2. I'm going to put 2 by there, different color. X is just x, 2x. And then plus c, which is 3. That is the formula for my line. And if you want to check it, because sometimes you want to check it. So when x is 2, what is 7 going to be? Sorry, when x is 2, what is y going to be? When x is 2, so I'm going to go 2 times 2, which is 4, plus 3, gives me 7. Thank you very much. So that's a straight line, linear relationship. So we can find values for y when we've got values for x. So it can be anything. It can be speed, velocity, power, time, things like that. More squash. Straight line graph, easy peasy. I'll do one more. I can't see the comments, so because my phone is held by this thing. So let me know whatever things you want. I'm going to do trigonometry next week or tomorrow. Don't forget to follow me, etc., etc., etc. Here's another graph. I'll do one more because I'm hungry. Got chips tonight. X is all right. Look, it can be -2, so I'll do that same thing again. But I'm going to come down. Y needs to come down. Look, so Y is coming down to about -10. So I need to be aware of that. So I'm going to draw a line here somewhere there. Draw a line here somewhere. That's going to be my X, isn't it? And I'm going to come, it's got to come down to 10. So I'll do something like this. Use a pencil if you've got a pencil, because you get told off in school. Something like that. That's my X. That's my Y. And I'm going to label this now -2, -1, 0. So I'm going to do it a little bit better. I'll use red this time to see a bit better, perhaps. I'm going to go 1, 2. I'll put a 3 by there, but we don't need it. And then I'm going to go, there's 0. I'm going to go -1, -2. Everybody see? Yeah, sometimes, cool. Right, to make sure everybody can see it. And then I'm going to go to get to 10. So 2, 4. I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, I'm going to go in ones because it's my graph and I can do what I want. I've got to go up to 2. 2. 1, 2, 4, 6. Minus, don't forget. 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I could do more pops, but I've got it in. So I'm going -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. I don't need the 3. I'll put a 3 over here just for a laugh. And then I'm going down to up to 2. There's 1. There's 2. Look, all the way down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Make sure you get the scale correct. Don't just put the scale like that, because some people just plot them numbers. Get the proper scale. Then get a pen, and let's do some markings out to get a felt tip pen. When x is -2 is x, and x is -2, which is there. Y is -10, which is down here somewhere. -10, bang. There's -2, look, come down, -10. Tick. When x is -1, x is -1. Y is -7. 6, 7. -1. There's -1 in it. And there's -7. -1, 7. That's right. Make sure you get the right numbers. -1, 7. Always check because things go wrong. X is 0. Y is -4. There. Got to be in it. There, look. Don't forget where this line crosses the X, the Y axis, that's the C value. So that could be my C value there. Because sometimes you can tell from the numbers. Straight line graph, look. When X is 1, Y is -1. There. A little dot. There's -1 there. And then last one, X is 2, Y is 2. Thank you very much. Draw a straight line. Like, we'll do it in, I don't know. Let's do it in this. Because the thicker the line, sometimes it's off in it. But it's a straight line, so what you could have done is just plotted the first two numbers. You could have plotted that last number and the first number, because you know it's straight. Draw a straight line. It's a straight line graph. That's why it's straight. We've done that. We've done that. Straight line, linear relationship. We've got to find now the gradient. M is the gradient. And we've got to find C, which is the intercept. Intercept on Y. Because we want this law, look, Y equals MX plus C. Got to find them two by there. The same thing in all your assignments. GCSE A levels, engineering, BTEC, the lot, straight line graphs. More squash. Lemon squash. Right, let's find the gradient. I'm going to put a little line on my graph. I'm going to put a little triangle there somewhere, Mr. Bond. I'm going to go there, look, because it's a whole number. And I'm going to put one down there, look. Something like that. Don't forget, we're doing change in Y divided by the change in X. So on my scale, this line here, so 1 square is 1, look. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I reckon that's 6 there. Count again, look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because on my scale, 1 big square is 1, look. If you want to, you could measure it, look. You can measure it on there. And be careful if you're using a scaled ruler like mine, look. Or should be 6, look. Thank you very much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the change in Y is 6. 6, chwech in Welsh. All right? And then the X, there, look, it's that line. So it's 2 in it, look. 2. The beauty of it there, look. 1, 2, 1, 2. Sounds like a radio in it. 1, 2, 1, 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. What was it last time then? 2 last time. So 6 divided by 2 is 3, which means my gradient, M, is going to be 3, because 6 divided by 2 is 3. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Changing Y, changing X. That gives me 6 divided by 2, that's 3. So I know that M is going to be 3. And C is where this line here crosses the intercept of Y, where it crosses there, look. Which is, there, look, -4, which you could tell from there, look. So that thing in there, because you might have to label it, is the C value, intercept on Y, which is -4. So C is -4. Okay, there's a plus there, right? So the rule of this straight line is Y equals M, which is going to be 3x. C was -4. So you can just put in -4. That's the rule of that line. So you can find them numbers from there, look. Easy peasy. I think that's right. 3x -4. 6 divided by 2 is 3. There we go. Straight line graphs. Any more for any more? Let's work it out. 3 times 2 is 6. Take away 4. Look, there we are, look. So if I want to find these numbers here, so if I put in, when x is 2, what is y going to be? Well, y is going to be 3 times 2, which is 6. Take away 4 gives me 2. That's the law of that line. You'll see it everywhere. Straight line graphs. Okay, I'm going to go now because I'll get my chips on. Chips and fish. So if you want anything more, somebody's asked me to do a bit of trigonometry, SOHCAHTOA and things like that. I'll do that now in the week. But follow me, etc., for more things like this. Straight line graphs. Keep this for revision. I'll probably cut it and put it as like a little short anyway. Straight line graphs, let me know what you want. For now, I'm going to get my chips and watch a bit of TV. I'm watching Ted Lasso. I'm late to the party with Ted Lasso. So if you've watched Ted Lasso, it's really, really good. And if you haven't watched Ted Lasso, watch it. I think it's on Disney or something like that. Anyway, that's enough for me. Straight line graphs. Over and out, North Star. Don't forget to follow, etc., etc., etc. North Star.